each other's lives.
Yeah.
Not conflict.
Yeah, but if you think you're gonna find the girl of your dreams and she's gonna be perfect like 24/7, that's just unrealistic.
Of course, it's unrealistic.
I mean,
that's not even stimulating.
To fall in love, is one thing. To stay in love is a totally different thing, man. To stay in love and to continue a relationship, you know, like they call it the 7-year itch or the 10-year itch, you know, and that's when most relationships are in their hardest. They've hit literally their breaking point. They have a fucking TV show now. What is it? 7 Days of Sex? I don't think any of them fucking people are under the age of fucking 30. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know.
So, you know, it's not an easy game, man. It's you know, anyway, you know, I don't even want to get into all that shit. That's too serious for me right now. I want to go back to funny. Let's get back to ha ha.
Well, back at the restaurant, we're having a conversation.
Oh yeah,
with
restaurant. We were at the restaurant. Okay.
Anyhow, I bring her over to ask her a simple question.
We were discussing what the conversation you just heard right now. That's the conversation we were having in IHOP when he approached. We'll say her name was Lisa.
So I'm talking to Lisa. I asked her a question. When you're in a relationship with one person and that doesn't work out, you get involved with someone else, do you establish a new personality? Does it vary depending on the relationship you're in, the personality that you have? Because in my opinion, you have an independent personality when you're not around your partner.
Right. I think
and then you have, let me finish.
Okay.
Then you have a relationship personality.
Right.
And if you're lucky, once you get close to people, you see both those sides.
Right.
And you have to admit it that, wait a minute, you're all balls, you know, until your lady comes around. You got a lot of fucking opinion. You got a lot of fucking things to say.
Then you put your balls on the shelf.
Right. You hang up your nutsack when you fucking come home.
Well, okay, let me say this first. George Costanza said it best in Seinfeld when he says, there's relationship George and then there's the friend George. And when these two worlds collide, nothing but chaos can happen. And that's very well true, because you have to have, there's a certain line of respect that you have to carry when you're with your woman.
Well, absolutely.
And with your friends. You know, when you're around your friends and everything, there's a certain, and it's very, very rare to have a girl where you can talk the same way you do with her as you do with your friends. And as sexist as that sounds, it's true. It's very true. You don't talk the same way in front of your friends as you do with your girl.
Well, back to the point I was trying to make about a female
being consumed by your life
herself,
right?
And she's choosing the relationship to define who she is,
right?
That was one of my big problems with one of my relationships,
right?
When she and I got together, she was having trouble living at home with her parents were having problems. She was trying to transition between both of those living situations. She was acting out, being really rebellious. I met her because she went into the tattoo parlor next door to get her breast pierced. She came into my head shop, you know, where I was working.
Oh, Captain Ed's.
Right.
Okay.
She didn't have a job, and I believe she was just starting school. So I saw somebody that I was attracted to. We ended up getting together, and through the course of our relationship, everything turned around for her. I happened to have a car at the time. I showed her how to drive. She got her license. We moved in together. She started going to school. She started off from a salesperson, entry level, at a clothing store, and she moved into the same company that I worked for. Right. She moved up the ladder past me, way up. You know, became management, and I watched her establish herself in the real world when she hadn't no experience. You know, in the real world, she all of a sudden was controlling it, running with it, and doing great. Except I was putting so much into the relationship, I was neglecting to take my life seriously and move somewhere forward with it.
So the roles were reversed. You were consumed by her.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it backfired. You know, even though I was celebrating her success, she was becoming so successful that it was like, who the fuck is this guy that's dragging me down?
Right.
At least that's the stigma I was carrying and putting on myself.
Right.
She didn't know how to communicate. She could never tell me, you know, where her mindset was, and she didn't want to get onto the emotional level.
Right.
So, and that really frustrated the hell out of me, and it drove me crazy in the relationship and drove her away. I'm assuming. Right. I don't know. You know, it never worked out. All I know is she became so comfortable with herself that she realized that the relationship she was in
wasn't happy,
wasn't cool with it. And I had to learn that it's not me, it was the relationship.
Right.
We didn't work out. You know, it may have started out they were both kind of in the same similar situation, but we grew apart, and that's what happens.
And it happens.
It's not that I'm a fucked up person, it's that she became somebody else.
Right.
And the relationship wasn't working. It was about her and where she was going, and it just didn't align with where I was going.
Right.
You know, which was fucking nowhere.
Right. Well, you know what? And I get that. You know what I mean? It's like I said, again, you know, and, you know, I hate that we're being serious about it, you know what I mean? Because I like to keep the laughs going. But it's hard to keep a relationship, man. It's a two-way street, man. And sometimes we get devoured by it, dude. Sometimes we get devoured, and then all of a sudden they're off and they're running and they're doing their own thing. And you're like, well, what the fuck did I do? What happened to me? You know, this relationship I'm in now, and I even told her I wouldn't talk about it on air because she's a very private person, and I'll keep her name out of it. But I've been with her for 8 years, and we've had our ups and downs. You know what I mean? And it's only through this last year that we've really gotten to know each other, and really gotten to see the real side of who we are. And sometimes I do feel like I'm consuming her. You know what I mean? Like everything that I'm doing, I do it for her. You know what I mean? I do it for her and for my family, for the kids and everything like that. And sometimes I feel like she's unable to spread her wings as much as she wants to. You know. So anyway, you know, it's a hard. Love is a hard thing, man. And to fall in love, it's easy. You know what I mean? To stay in love, it's a totally different game, man. It's not fucking easy. You see these people that they're married for like 35, 40 fucking years. You know what I mean? And there's no way you can tell me that the whole time they were together that they're fucking happy. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way. You know? Fuck, dude.
Well, I don't know any relationships out there that I'd be like, that's what I want in my life. Right. I don't know of any.
Right.
And people that the person my mom's involved with now is the perfect person to complement her life.
Right.
And they have dissimilarities in their lives. They have things that they have little conflicts and stuff. However, they have so much respect for them individually, each other individually, that they know the boundary. They know, okay, I need to keep my emotions in check.
Right.
Because I'm starting to get uncomfortable just expressing myself because, you know what, she knows where she's fucking coming from. Right. She's totally successful. She's totally happy. She's handled her life so well that I can't help but just either figure out where's the happy medium or just keep my opinion to myself and just swallow it.
Right.
And you're lucky to find that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
And honestly, my mom had to go through one marriage, you know, and you know, half of her life to find this person.
Right. Yeah. Well, I went through 3 relationships. This is my 3rd one, and this one, I don't know if I got it completely right or 100% right, but I know I'm doing a lot better in this relationship than I've ever been in my other relationships. You know what I mean? For one, I'm drug free, and I have been for the last 5 years, and so that's a big, you know. She's seen me, the girl I'm with now, my fiance, she's seen me through the worst of times, you know. And I'll tell you this, when I decided, this is how I know that I loved her and how I still love her today. you guys don't know this on air, but I'll tell it to you now. I actually suffer from chronic kidney disorder. Downer, burr, killer. So when I was first diagnosed with this, I didn't think I was going to be alive for like maybe 6 months, and I thought I'd be dead. And me and her weren't together at the time. We'd actually separated. And I thought to myself, you know what? If I'm going to spend any of my last days with anybody, I want it to be with her. You know, she's the one I want to spend it with. And literally, it would be the rest of my life up until the point that I thought I was going to die like within fucking 6 months, you know? And so I called her after a year. We had been separated for a year. And I called her. And I said, and she had no idea about my disease or anything. She had no idea. And I just said, I just want you to come talk to me. Can you come to my place and come talk to me? And she came, and we talked, and I told her what happened. And it was one of those times where you see somebody, and you see the true emotions of them come out, you know. And she was literally like crying, and she was like, "Well, are you gonna die? What's wrong with what's wrong?" And that was one of the few times that I realized, you know what, she's a keeper. This is the one. And we've had our ups and downs since then. We have. It hasn't all been fucking shits and giggles, you know. I don't fucking shit fucking unicorns every day, you know. But it's something I have to fight for, man. This love is something that I have to fight for, you know, and I will.
Why don't you shit like daisies?
Yeah, if I could shit daisies, I fucking would.
That'd be great.
You know, I really would.
I think I'm a unicorn with that whole point on its head.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tear that ass out. Fucking rectum, man.
Oh, never mind. I can't. I didn't want to go there. Oh, it makes it for good radio, I guess. Was it Archer? It's Archer. Have you seen that show, Archer on FX? And he tells him, Spiro, you killed a black astronaut. That's like killing a unicorn.
That is fucked up.
One of my favorite shows. And I'm not fucking racist, so all you fuckers out there saying that I'm... it was just... the whole unicorn thing came up.
Well, I guess we could cut this out if you want to, but...
Fuck that!
No. What I'm going to say next.
Oh, okay.
Is it all right for them to know that she has elected to give her kidney?
Oh, yeah. Why not? Yeah. And I'm truly thankful for that. Yes, she has.
However, I've been thinking about that. That might backfire in the end.
Why is that?
Because you stay with her, you know what happened to George Lopez, right?
What's that?
Well, George Lopez,
he's separated. Hehe's separated from his girl, right?
But he went through the same thing.
The kidney thing.
She donated a body part. However, he fucked her over there. He's a scumbag in that situation.
Right.
He cheated on her. She gave him, I believe it was her kidney.
Right. Yeah, she did.
And very soon after that, he was caught cheating on her. I'm not saying that's the situation on your end.
No.
But in the same sense that bond of giving away an organ to your love.
Right. Well,
there's always that extra component that you just can't expect.
You can't ignore it.
Right. Or you can't predict emotional outcomes in the future.
Well,
so she's going to win every fucking argument from now on. No matter what. You can't do shit now.
No, listen.
Because she's going to say, well, I
gave you my fucking kidney, you bastard. No, you know what? Listen. And this is straight from the heart. I'm being honest. I love her to death, and I will always love her. She's my heart, my soul, and I hate to get all fucking Lionel Richie and shit, you know. But that's the
and you've already admitted that she wins every conversation.
That's the honest truth. And listen, when it first went down, the whole kidney thing, right? She says, "Well, why can't I give you my kidney?" You know, and I was like, "Baby, I don't want your kidney." And she made it very, very clear to me that listen, I love you, and I care about you. And I want you to be around to love me and to take care of me and to take care of my kids and your kids, and let's be a family. And I think it's very selfish of you to not at least accept my offer. It might not even be a match, but at least give me the satisfaction of offering it to you. And so I said, okay. And so we did it. And lo and behold, she's a fucking